Alright, here we are doing something I've never done before. A barn find, or garage find in this case. I'm told there's a very interesting car in here. Seems to have the tailgate open there. Deep rims at the back there. Pretty huge strakes on the side. And I'm walking through spider webs. This thing is covered in dust. Pretty deep wheels on the front there too. Okay, full disclosure, I knew I'd find this car in here because I parked it here probably about 8 years ago. Those who know their Nissans will recognise the roof, and this is actually a Z32 300ZX 1989 or 90 model from memory. I bought this 10 years ago with the idea of creating a sort of a wide body supercar look on it. And for the first year or two I put a lot of time into it. Added these tail lights, which are aftermarket lights for a little K van, Japanese K van. All of the extensions to the body I did with expanding foam, which I then cut down and shaped and used plaster of Paris over the top to get the finished shape. And you know, I'm sort of 90% of the way there with the shape. Still some smoothing to be done on the big skirt here. We get at the original door handle here. And it's a fairly typical dirty old Z32 on the inside. It's actually a manual 2+2 twin turbo. So when I bought the car 10 years ago, I only paid a bit over $2,000 for it, even though a 2+2 manual twin turbo is probably the most desirable version of the Z32. When I bought it, it was unregistered. There was a rattle in the engine, and there was something badly wrong with the front suspension, which turned out to be a broken tension rod and a bent lower control arm. Nevertheless, it did, run and drive as such. And my mate Darren Appleton went and picked it up for me from Parks out in western New South Wales and towed it down to Sydney for me. You can see it's also got the targa tops on the roof. I figured this would be a good base for doing a supercar style project, because you got that really laid back windscreen, and despite being front engine, they're quite short and low in the nose, so it made it really easy to come up with a different shape. What I did at the front was cut the edge off the standard guard and stepped it out about 70 mil, I think, from memory. Basically I had the wheels on there already, which I think are 10s on the front, 11s on the back, and they're also spaced out a little bit. They got 1 inch spaces behind them, so that gave me the sort of width I wanted to work with. So yeah, then I stepped out that original metal edge. It's all just sort of held in with bits of metal and rivets, and then over that I sprayed all the foam and worked it out to this shape. And in the rear I did much the same thing. I actually spaced it out about 4 inches in the rear to cover these, which I think I've got 295s on. Amazingly, they're still holding air. This car's literally been sitting here for the best part of 8 years. I think I left the hatch open because I've lost the key. I didn't 100% trust the release in the front to actually work. So there's a piece of foam holding it open at the moment. And the reason I've come and revisited the car today, because I've finally got enough time to start working on it again. So I've just got to get the body shape finalized, and then I'll have molds made of the new body parts, and then I'll either use this car, or perhaps more likely I'll buy another Z32 and I'll then attach the finished body panels to that. You can see the mounts for the new tail lights, actually put them substantially further back than the originals. Getting the shape here just right was pretty tricky. And you'll see here this is actually quite a lot higher than the original window lower edge, which was sort of that level. So I've brought this up here at least 5 centimeters and sweeps up. This too, although it looks level, it actually sweeps up a little bit. Initially I found that when I had it level, it looked as if it was drooping down. Quite like the shape of this intake. Still a little bit of work to do on the details of the shape there. And the idea here is I was going to have perspex covers that came right down, and in here there'd be a new indicator and parking light. So I just keep the original headlights there, which incidentally are the same headlights that they used in Lamborghini Diablos. So it's already part supercar. Anyway, I guess that'll do for the initial reveal. First thing will be to get all this dust off and work out all the bits that I need to finish. Luckily this garage is fairly cool even in summer, so I should be able to get it done before any more cats walk on it, assuming that's what that was. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another installment on my supercar project. Cheers.